One of the things, if we go into modules, just so that you don't know, if you haven't been into the Ruby platform recently, there have been some updates. Definitely into the modules. We have the cool little view like this, whatever, it's fine that way. But we have a list view, so you can actually come in and look at it. You're going to see a couple new things here. One is uncommon movement. So the uncommon movement for 16 plus men, that's going to have a whole set of modules that are specific driving through their project and their movement. But man, you also have things that we all can use. Okay, so some of these are definitely in there multiple times, right? So if I look in health and wellness, you also see that the multi-day meal plan is there. Guys, if you haven't done the multi-meal, this right here is crazy. It's one of the best ones I think we have. Corey, it's not part of the deal today, but can I show it? Can we show this one? I know we don't have a whole lot of time. You have to tell me in the chat, do you want to see the multi-day meal plan? Say yes, no. Okay, all right, let's do it. All right, so here's the deal. We also have a couple of things. We have our ways to save favorites, right? So if I want to have my favorite modules that I use all the time, just hit favorites, because that is a way that I can go up here and filter out. So I just want to look at my favorites now. You're going to see that those are all ones I use all the time, right? So let's kind of look at this one real quick, because this one's just, it's so fun for me to do it. I think it's a big one that can help people as well, just kind of set up their plans moving forward. And so what you do at the beginning one is you just select the diet type, whether you're eating like a normal diet type, or for me, it's keto. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to choose the proteins. Like, this is about me deciding what I want to eat, what I like to eat, and then letting Ruby go and find me the right meal plan for the things that I like, and fitting into my diet type and fitting into my goals, right? So I like these right here. I like eggs. Okay. Then this is my worst one, by the way, Corey. The vegetables, I'm not a big. It doesn't take me long to get through these because there's not too many of these that I enjoy. So I'm gonna limit this down a little bit. So I've got those in my diet. And then I'm going to come through, I'm going to find where I get my carbohydrate sources from. For me, I get it from nuts and seeds and dairy. And then I'm going to find my snacks that I like to do, which again, nuts and seeds, yogurt, and popcorn. I like chocolate. Okay. So then I'm going to come into what I think is really important. Now, this is where chat comes in as well. I love the fact that if I don't know something, I can just go ask Ruby, and Ruby will just tell me. So if you don't know, like, what is the right way of breaking up your carbs or your macros for whatever diet you are, you can just literally go in and ask chat, right? And it'll tell you what the normal ranges are for each of the diet types. For me, I definitely know mine, because I've been in and out of keto for the last 7 years, so I pretty much know exactly what I want. I want it to be like this. I want 10% of my calories to come from carbs, 30% from proteins, and 60% coming from fats. Okay, so that's kind of where it is now. The other thing that's interesting is it's asking me for my city, and it's asking for my state of province. The reason why is because this is going to create a shopping list of all the ingredients that the recipes are going to be putting in here. By the way, it gives you step by step of how to do it, right? There's no excuse not to be able to make the food that it's telling you. It's going to create a shopping list, and then it's also going to suggest where you can go and get that food, those ingredients. And then you're just going to choose how many servings are you looking for. Are you cooking it for 1, for 2, 4, 8, whatever? I'm going to cook it for 2. A number of days that you want the plan to make. You can make it a 5-day plan, a 7-day plan. Maybe you just want a 1 single day plan. Whatever it is that you want, you can limit that down. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a caution on this, and it's also in the definition. We have to be to know, like, that this is going to take quite a few words if you do like a 7-day plan, and I'm going to show you why, because there's a lot that goes in there. So you might want to choose to do less on the days to get something started, or you might not care. Like, I don't care. I just want this. This is like one of the best things that I have in the whole platform that we've been using. So I do keto 5 days on, I take 2 days off. So that's kind of the way I go about my cycle. And now I'm going to hit generate. And this is what's crazy, guys. I just love the way that Ruby just is so quick. It's fast to give it to me. It gives me exactly. Now, I told you I've been in and out of keto for 7 years. And when I look at what it's creating for me, it's dead on. Like, this is exactly what I would be making, and this is exactly what I would be wanting to do. So it's like crazy good. in getting it right, but it also gives me my macros, right? Again, so I'm looking into where my macros are to hit those numbers. So I'm making sure that whatever they're saying to me is right. So carbs 8, 30 in protein, fats 25. I can come through and look at all of it. I also look at my calories per serving. And then look, I got the shopping list of everything that was in the things above. The recommended stores. So I have 2 stores, a research store and a Whole Foods. And then it gives me a total estimated cost for that based on the area that I'm in. Guys, this is a fun thing, but it's very valuable. For those stay-at-home moms and dads that are having to do stuff all the time, and you just get new recipes and ideas for all of this, this is a great tool that you can use. It's quick, it's easy, and it gives you everything that you need. For me, it's like when you're on like a specific diet, sometimes it's hard to come up with other things. Like you're trying to find cookbooks and all that kind of stuff. This is just a one of those things that just comes out with new stuff that you can go and get that you didn't think about. Yeah, it's great. So anyway, go try it. That's not the main reason for today, but it's one of the coolest ones. I really like this module a lot, and I think we'll do a lot for people. So anyway, let's get on to something that matters to based on what we're doing before. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to our modules real quick. I want to go back to my favorites because I have them all put in there today for what we're going to do. Now, in the talk of doing the digital marketing, we started with the irresistible offer, okay? And in the irresistible offer side, I'm going to go up to marketing, creating the ultimate offer. If you didn't do that yesterday or last week, it's really not that difficult to do, right? You're just going to describe your product or service, describe the offer that you want to do. Well, let's just do it because I mean, it's very simple and easy. I think I have my stuff here still. Let me see. It's right here. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm just going to put in a definition. Like I'm going to use Ruby as the example here. So I'm going to put in a little bit the products and service. As good as we always have to emphasize, the better that the input is, the better the output will be. So making sure that you're definitely putting in as much of the information as detailed as you can is going to definitely help the outcome. Now for this one here, my offer that I wanted to create is I want to do a pamphlet, or that's the wrong one. Let me get this one. I want to do a free guide that they can download maybe from a landing page about 10xing your business with Ruby. Okay, so that's what my lead is. That's what my offer is going to be out there. Now the offer type, I can have a lot of different types. I can do surveys or quizzes or whatever. This is actually going to be a report guide, right? So I'm just going to kind of let them download a guide, and then I'm going to hit generate. It's going to put out not just 10 different headlines that I could use for my lead magnet. It's going to give me ideas of deliverables. So like, yes, I want to do a report guide. That's what I told it, but it's going to give me 10 ideas as well that I can do. And maybe those are subsidies of that. Maybe they're in the one-time offer, or maybe they're upsells, or maybe there's something that I could send back. Like they got enrolled, they got something going, but they haven't done anything else, and I've got something else to send them. It also is going to generate 10 sub-headlines. So now I've got my headlines, I've got deliverable ideas, I've got sub-headlines for those. I've also got the descriptions of things that would be with the landing page, like eye-catching image of Rubi AI's interface, showcasing it with a user-friendly design, before and after comparisons of content quality with or without Rubi AI. These are all things that you're talking about showing onto the landing page. Then it's got sales copy. This one's giving you 3 different versions and the word counts for each of those. So you can choose where and what words you're pushing into that landing page. And then the one big way to always relieve stress in sales is to remove the risk, right? So that's where your guarantees can come in. It will give you some options for those. And then scarcity ideas. These are suggestions that you're going to be forcing a little bit of, hey, that's fear of loss. Let's get it right now, right? And so limited time offer, we were talking about 10x, or, if we were talking about the double, as a limited time, so I might put limited time offer, get this now. That's going to create the urgency. And so it gives you all these ideas. So this was the first thing. So from here, you can go and you can design exactly what you want. but maybe you don't know how to go make an infographic. I'm just going to be honest, and Corey can attest to this. Infographics are one of the hardest things to create because you don't have much space and you're trying to be creative, trying to condense it down. And so what did we do? Well, the first thing we did is we put in some new modules for you to start to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over. I always like to keep my markdown, so I'll put those in just so we have that. I'm going to close up this one, but I want to go and look at a couple new modules that we put in here. So one of them is an infographic generator. All right, so let's go find it. And what does it involve? Well, enter your topic and details. So let's talk about the topic and details that we're wanting to do. Let's say that I want to do, I'm going to do it about Rubi AI still. So I'm going to put in some information about Rubi AI. This is the exact same content I use to generate my lead magnet stuff over here. But with this, I may want to also put in that that I want to highlight a specific thing. Maybe it's our vision. And so I want to include in here maybe a little bit of a vision statement. Create a worldwide business in AI content generation, speeding up the process of the masses learning the benefits of responsible AI. So I'm going to add that to it just because I want that to be part of it. And now I'm going to hit generate. And this is going to start to create the sections of the infographic that I want to create. Okay, so this is going to be a fun thing for you guys to use, because one of the toughest things is not just the content, but the suggestions of how to design it, right? So I've got my sections: personify, spy, extract, ghost. It's breaking it down, it's putting it in, but then it's telling me my design, like what fonts should I use? Well, it's giving me some options. What color schemes should I use? It's giving me some colors, and those are hex colors. So if you don't know what hex colors are, those are true actual colors that they're suggesting, and it's doing it because of a way that it's telling you to do it. It represents trust, reliability, and intelligence. These are design elements that if you're not a designer, this is really helpful for you. And so that's a big thing. And just a little bit of a word at the end, remain consistent through the infographic. So it just kind of flows through it. And so this is one of the great tools that we've just added to help you build those infographics that you might want to use in your lead magnets. One of the things that you can offer somebody is to say, hey, download this great infographic that walks you through Ruby. Right, so that's one of them. Now, there's a lot of other ones out there, right? So we also have, I'm going to go back over to my modules go to my favorites. So let's see what we have over here. We have a creating offer, marketing. Here we go. We have a report guide generator now, and this is to help kind of start the building of the report for you. So let's kind of jump in and use this one. So what does this require? Well, enter your topic and details. I'm going to actually do this based on Selfless. This because I've done it with everything else, and I really was actually working on this the other day, and it was powerful. Let me find my stuff for it here. There we go. Okay, so this report, I want to put in a little bit about what it's going to be about, the topic and details of what it's doing. I want to deal with it on Selfless. So the rise of human trafficking around the world after the COVID pandemic. It's a big thing that surged. I want to put a little bit more information in there, though. So I'm going to put to give full accounting of the rise. I want it to give me more information about why this is happening, and I'm going to give it a word count to say let's do 500 words for it, and I'm going to hit generate. So now it's going to just kind of give me a guide of how this is information that I can offer out. We could do it with Rubi AI stuff as well, but this is about now getting me something that I can give to somebody else as a report guide, like something that they can use. It's valuable. They're getting information, and hopefully for this, they are going to be able to send to me their email. So now I can go out and I can start touching them a little bit more and bringing them through the funnel, right? So this is one of the things that you can start to create. You push it into a nice little layout, and you can now use that as a way that you can give them the information. And this can be anything. Now that's another one of the tools that we've offered out there. Then there's another one that we're going to go into now. Let me go back to my favorites. Marketing. And I'm going to go into my writing, report guide generator. Oh my gosh, I just did that one. Sorry, hang on. My bad. Corey, what did I do? Oh, you know what? I didn't favorite it. That's crazy. Hang on just a second. Let me go
You started off on the wrong foot with Taylor Swift. That's what happened.
find it. You know what? You keep pushing the buttons there, bro. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. I've always got it running, just so you know, Corey. You're just not going to win on this one, okay? just go with it. Oh my goodness, where is it? Goodness, I have lost it. There it is. An ebook. How many people would love to go and create an ebook for someone to drop down? You know, this is one of the things that is important. It's something that you can do quickly. But here's the thing: if you just think you can go in and just put in a few words and the whole ebook is going to be created for you and it's going to be of quality, that's the same kind of mentality of a college kid going and saying, I'm going to write an essay by putting in one sentence about a book and let it write and it's going to get a good score. So, I mean, when you're building an ebook, it takes a little bit of effort, but boy, are we going to speed up that process. So let's talk about, so I'm going to do this whole thing about human trafficking again. So I'm going to put in my topic. Okay. My topic on this one again is all about bringing some awareness to the way that human trafficking has just increased and surged after the COVID pandemic. And I want to bring this information to the purpose. So the purpose is to give a full accounting of the rise of human trafficking and modern day slavery problem and the pandemic after the pandemic of COVID-19. The ebook should describe in detail how the problem soared and now the reasons why the world needs to attack the horrible, heinous crime around the globe. Now I can go in and I can choose how many words I want this to be. And this is a big thing because, you know, sometimes you want a long ebook. Sometimes you want a short one. I'm going to say it, max it out. And these are max numbers, okay? Maximum numbers, it's 1,000. You can also say how many chapters you want. So I'm going to break it up into, let's say 6 chapters I want to break it up into. And then I'm going to select the writing styles. And there's a lot of different writing styles for this. Mine right now is going to be persuasive. I want them to understand and be persuaded to understand that there's a problem and we want them to be part of the community. All right. So here we go. I'm going to hit generate. And here comes our ebook. All right. So what this does is it starts to lay out, number one, the number of chapters that you selected. And it's going to start to lay out how those chapters should be laid out and giving you a first paragraph of how that's going to go. And so now you can go and you can build upon each one of these in detail. And so to do that, again, I like to just copy and paste it over here. That's the beauty of Ruby. You don't have to have 2 or 3 different programs running on, you know, everywhere. I can build a whole thing right here in the composer window. And so here we go with, let's just start with the intro. But I want to expand upon that. It's like not just one little sentence is going to make my ebook work. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use our paragraph generator. And our paragraph generator just takes something that you have. So if I want to take this in here and I want to expand on it, I can put in some keywords, and that's just put slavery as one of the words that I want to make sure is in there. I'll hit generate. Now it's going to just take that sentence and start to expand upon it and give me more information about what it's doing, right? So I can take this now and I can start to replace and put this in deeper. And now I can kind of move down the book a little bit more, but I say I want to have a little bit more inside of the introduction. So I want to say specific, like give percentages on the types of human trafficking. And so I can't, I'll get there. Okay, and so the good thing is it doesn't have to be very good. And so we'll go through it, and now it's going to start to give me some percentages on what's happening. Like 18%, you know, are labor related, and then 79% are sexual exploitation. So now I've got even more information that I can now start to put into my introduction. I can just keep building it down because I have everything that I need to start to build it out. So the impact of COVID-19, like let's go and build this out, right? So now I want to come in here and build this one out. Guys, you can start to build out your ebook, make it as long as you want. just by going through just a paragraph generator. You can also take this out and you can create, chat to go and help build some of that. So one of the things I think that you'll love that's in our roadmap coming out is the ability to literally just use chat from right here. Instead of having to go to chat and then lose what you have here, we're going to put chat right into this flow. So if you want to jump out of the maybe a module, but you want to use a quick question for chat, you can just open up the chat right above the add new module, and you can ask Ruby, and Ruby will give that to you, and you can stick that right into your composer. So lots of cool things that we're doing along with this. It's pretty awesome how you could go about just building out your stuff one paragraph by paragraph, breaking it down deeper and deeper and deeper, but by just going through the modules and doing it. All of these things that I'm showing you tonight, this morning, are to be able to start to create the first part of navigating through digital marketing. Like, I need to have an ebook, or I need to have a report, or I need to have an infographic. I need to have these things so that people will find value in what I'm trying to give them, and they're going to be willing to give me something so I can start getting them into the funnel. Hopefully that all makes sense, because this is a big part of moving into the marketing side. And it doesn't matter if you are doing it in social media. It doesn't matter if you're making landing pages. Doesn't make you're making full funnel pages. It doesn't matter. It's the same principle. If I go into Instagram and I start making a post and I say, DM me for this, it's the exact same thing, because now I have a conversation with them in the DM. I can send it to them in the DM. I don't have to have a big full-blown, tripwire funnel, right? I don't have to have all that. I can literally do it in social media. Guys, in that case, you can reach every small business owner that you know, every person that you know, every network marketer you've ever met, ever know. This is where Ruby shines for them. This is where you can build your business, because you're able to create the stuff that gets them to respond. And once they respond, you start to have that conversation. Then it's about just showing them what it can do for them. And I think we all would agree that are on here today that there's an immense amount of value inside of Ruby. And I think that's one thing we don't really talk about enough, is that if you just take everything that we have, and you look at, Ghost, you look at what Spy has, the plagiarism check, the AI detection, the readability scores, a full-blown chat that's conversational driven, and then of course you have all of the modules, and we just keep adding more and more modules to this. And I love the way we're bringing them out, because you can be completely overloaded. If I just said, hey, here's 300 of them, you're going to be completely overloaded. You're not going to have a chance to go and like the ones that you like or use a lot. You're just going to have so much time trying to go through it. So we just gradually kind of push them out there to you and expand this capability, but it's immense value. The ability to have extract, when it gets here, it will blow the doors off of everything that you want to do. So the one thing about the ebook, and this is a great thing, by the way, that you just put in there. It is running around 500 words on the ebook right now to set that up. I'm going to make sure that we add a word selector in there, a limit, so that you can choose that. And that way, when you're starting to create your outline of the ebook, you can limit the amount of words that you choose to do. Now, when you go into creating ebooks, just so you know, there's just a lot of different ways you can look at it. As add an ebook, you could say, hey, I want to make the ebook, 1,000 words, 2,000 words, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 words. That's just all up to you. That's why we give you millions, so you can do what you need to do with it. But we definitely just want you to know what you're going to be running into. So I will make sure that we get a word limiter put on to that one right there. So I'll do that today. I'll make sure that gets done today. So anyway, that's our technology side. I'm going to jump back over to this deal. Are we getting any questions or answers or anything going on, Corey? I haven't had a chance to really look over there yet.
So the one question that was not answered was about the randomness on the generated content.
Yeah, let me address that real quick. So we have these advanced settings, and I just want to be honest with how those are going to work. They're not even really connected at this point in time. So if you're not seeing anything working, they're not really big into the way that it's being processed. When extract comes out, we're going to definitely have them connected at that point. which should be maybe just, in a few days, maybe a week, as we do a lot of testing on that one. But what that does is, in the randomness, is it says, okay, I've got all this data and I'm going to crunch the data down. Then I want to do another version of it. I say I don't really like the way that landing page content came out and I want to do it again. I can set my randomness the next time I do that to say, hey, I want it to be different than the time before by a lot or a little. So like, I really like the way it's formatted, but I don't like, some of the text. I want to redo it. I might have my randomness set to 2. If you're familiar with AI, this would be something that you would know as temperature. Okay, so we call it randomness. It's easier to understand. But if you're in the AI world, it's going to be called temperature. Then we have our sentiment. And again, sentiment is something that is just what it is. When I write my text, I want it to have a negative tone or feel, or a positive sentiment. Maybe it's just a neutral, and you'll be able to choose those. As of now, I don't even use them. We will connect those more when Extract comes out and you really are starting to process a lot of data. That will be where this is really, really helpful. Okay, let's see. What do you do with the ebook to share? So the ebook is one of those things that you can go out and just create it as a PDF file. So once you have everything here, I'm thinking that's what you're asking, Tina, is once you create the ebook, and like if you were, let's just take Ruby for instance. I'm going to go out and start marketing Flex and Ruby, and I want people to understand the benefits of it. I'm going to go and create an ebook about maybe AI in the workplace or AI in productivity. And I'm just going to make a little ebook that's just a little bit, that's something that will say, hey, if you're not using AI, you're going to get left behind. And here's why. Put in your email and download the free ebook about why. And that's going to give you a ton of stuff that is going to go out and do stuff, give people a reason to give that to you. So that's kind of the purpose behind it. And actually, we're going to do a lot of conversations like that on the navigating digital marketing. And that will be something that I hope you are all on, because I think it's something that will help you and empower you to go build this book. So